Welcome back, everybody, to Bobby Likes the Spooky. On the countdown, talking all Halloween movies, preparing for Halloween ends, and we're getting closer and closer to that time. But have to talk about this movie with a special guest. If you guys haven't known already, you might see it already down here in the little title. So you guys already know who my special guest is. But I'm just bringing them up already. Welcome, Jazz from Girl That's Scary. How's it
Hey,
going?
hey, y'all. It's going great.
How are you? How's your day? How's life?
Listen, it's fall. It's Halloween. I don't
Yes.
care. It's
Spooky
almost
season.
October. It's almost October 1st.
Yes.
I have so much excite. I've seen so many great movies in the
Yeah.
past. I've been in the theater, with my mask on, nose
Hmm.
covered. But I've been in the theaters and some of these movies been hit me with the 1-2 punch. So I'm having a great week.
Yeah. No, same here. Like September was a lot of people kind of shit on September a lot, saying nothing really happened, but we got some great movies in September. Barbarian that we just talked about recently,
Yes.
Pearl, which was
Yes.
another great one. So and then little movies coming out here and there. We got and then in October, Hellraiser's coming out. By the time this comes out, Hellraiser should already be out. What else we got coming? Obviously, Halloween ends. So we're being spoiled, and I have a feeling we're gonna be so busy in October as well. So it's
Oh,
just,
listen.
whew,
October is about to be the best set of chaos that I could ask for because
yes,
people are already like, "Yeah, I signed you up for this thing," and I'm like, "Huh? Yeah." I was like, "Okay, well, the calendar is literally just like, oh, this day's gone. Oh, this day's gone. Oh, this
yep,
okay." But also, I'm excited to talk about horror movies, so I cannot say no. I cannot because I want to. I want to.
yes, yeah, same here. Well, we always ready to talk about horror movies, but it's gonna be that extra like in October because again, it's spooky season. It's the whole month. So much shit is coming out, and a lot of us are gonna be booked and busy. And like you, I don't mind. We're talking about horror, baby. So I'm here for it. And you know, I decided to do this Halloween review leading up to Halloween ends. I'm a huge Halloween fan, huge Michael Myers fan. And I never talked about any of the movies except for Halloween Kills, which came out last year. But outside of that, I haven't reviewed any of them. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna just do it in a fun way and review it with fun people that I like very much, leading up to the new movies. So here we go. And speaking of Halloween 2018, Jazz, when the last time you seen this movie? Did you watch it recently to prepare for this, or the last time you seen it? Did you go to the theaters and that was it?
Okay. So I saw this shit in theaters and this shit blew my fuck. I was like, what? Because I just like fucking Michael Myers, okay? And I don't care what anyone has to say. All the Halloween movies are good, including Resurrection, Trick or Treat, motherfucker. I do not care. It's entertaining. Is the plot some bullshit? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay, fine.
100%. Yeah.
But there's plenty of movies where the plot is bullshit and you're still like, yeah, I'm about to put this movie on, so don't fucking argue with me. We're
Hmm.
gonna watch Michael Myers get some sick fucking kills, and that's gonna be a good time still.
Yeah.
Also, Busta Rhymes whooped his ass at that point. But
Yeah.
2018, the kills were on go mode. Like they were just
Yes.
like, yeah, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. I don't. I wonder if this has the highest body count because the body count is. Now I don't know because we also have not covered the Halloween movies, and they
Mm.
may be getting covered very soon. And you only know that if you're listening to this show right now. Press play. Anyway,
No,
yeah.
that's right.
Uh, but we're like going to look at it. But this one is one of my favorites. Even though
Okay.
people hate the remakes, they were like, nah, man, it's a remake. It was fun. It
Hmm.
had great kills. There were so many homages to the OG and other things throughout. Okay, the beat was still slapping. Y'all know I go
Just
up for the
saying.
Halloween beat. So
Yes.
I even when some parts were a little camp, I don't
Hmm.
care. I
Right.
like camp. Like I'm
Yeah.
here for it.
Same.
So this movie was great. I watched it before, like maybe like in 2020 or 2021, but I watched it again for to prepare for this.
Hmm.
So it had been like a good year or so since I'd seen it, but I knew what happened. I was
Yeah.
ready, and I honestly don't understand why I don't own this because I had to rent it, and then it's on streaming but not on streaming. I'm like, I should just buy the set. I should just buy the
Yes.
set and call it a
Yes.
day because I end up renting this. If it's not streaming, I'm just gonna pay the money. You know,
Yeah.
some movies where you're like, I want to watch this right now, and it's not streaming, so you're like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'll rent it.
Mm-hmm.
But other movies where you're like, oh, it's not streaming, fuck it, I won't watch it. Yeah, no, no, no,
Yeah.
no. This is not one of the movies where fuck it, I won't watch. I'm going to watch the movie. How
Oh yeah.
much is it? All right,
Mm-hmm.
bet. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. And speaking of, like, it's interesting because this movie's not streaming anywhere. I mean, unless you pay for it. But Halloween Kills is streaming on HBO Max. So
Mhm.
it's just like you have that on HBO Max. Why don't you have the 2018 version on HBO Max? You know?
Well, it's on Fubo TV. I don't really use that.
I have
But
Fubo. I love Fubo.
okay, okay. It
Yeah.
said it was on Fubo, but it had the little clock by it, so I think it was leaving
Uh,
Fubo. It might go to HBO Max. It's
okay.
also supposed to be on FX now, but when I went to click, it was like the TV provider said you got beef with them. So not I got beef with them, but we got beef with the network, so you need to call Roku. Girl, I'm not doing that. Girl,
Yeah,
take
that's
this
too
fucking
much.
$4 so I
Right.
can watch this movie right now. I don't have no time because I'm gonna watch it like 2 times. Why I
Hmm.
got it, maybe three. I don't know because I rented Nope twice when it
Hmm.
was like 19.99, and
Woo!
when I tell you I watched it like 3 times because I'm like I'm gonna watch it as many
Of
times
course.
as I
Yes.
can when I spent this money. I'm about to watch
Hmm.
it. I got 5 hours left. Great, I can watch it one more
More
time,
time.
even if it's on in the background. I don't give a fuck. It's on.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's where it's probably going. It's probably going to end up going to HBO Max because these streaming services they usually like once they expire from one streaming service, they go right to the other one. Like for instance, I think Tubi for some reason has a connection with Amazon Prime because every time something leaves Amazon Prime or maybe even the same time, they're like they might be up the same time as Amazon Prime. So like say for instance, this was on Amazon Prime and say you got 2 days left and it's gone. A week later, it'll be on Tubi. And I'm just like, okay. And then
Well,
sometimes you be lucky and they both on at the same time. But then when they're both on at the same time, they both disappear at the same time. So it's
mm.
it's very interesting. I want to know if Tubi's connected to Amazon in some way.
Yeah, I wonder if they're connected or like when they get movies, the movies have a certain deal where yes, you're on Amazon Prime, but it's not an exclusive deal. So you can also be, on this other platform, I guess,
Yeah.
depending on the movie, especially like a smaller movie, like them deep cuts, because
Mm.
Tubi loves to have a deep cut. Okay.
Ooh, I go to them mostly just for the deep cuts, honestly. Or if I want to feel nostalgic, because they have a
Yeah.
lot of stuff in there that I used to watch as a kid. Like I was just going through there the other day and they had the Little Rascals on there. I was like, Little Rascals!
What?
Yeah, they got the Little Rascals on there.
I'm gonna have
Our
to go
version,
up
not the
there.
black and white one, but the one that we grew up on.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
I've never seen the black and white version.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
not sorry. They had the Freddy Nightmares, like the TV show, junk on
It's still
there.
on there.
I didn't
Yeah,
want. Oh, great, because I think Halloween that's gonna be the perfect time for me to hit play on that,
yeah.
and then maybe just do like a GTS review and be like, "Hey guys, this is
That's
old and
it.
shit. I know it's old, but it's free on Tubi, and this was a good time. Press play. It's
I would
spooky."
love if y'all covered that because not too many people is talking about it. And I watched maybe a few episodes and it's there are some good episodes, but then some of them is just like why like what's going on? Super dated, just a mess. But I do appreciate Freddie making his appearance on a couple of episodes, and even throughout, because he's like the host of the show, he's making his
Uh,
like funny puns and stuff. So that kind of like brought me back in, and kind of just like, all right, I could keep watching some of these. But yeah, I mean, a lot of them are just like, yeah,
are they like little horror shorts?
yeah, like they each have their own stories, kind of like Tales from the Crypt in a way.
Okay.
Some story connects, some story actually have like a backstory on Freddy Krueger, so you
Mm,
might get a little bit of old Freddy in there. Some of them Freddy Krueger is starring in it, but then you got some stories that are just original and has nothing to do with anything.
mm.
So yeah, some of
He
them are cool.
He make a good host for like horror, so I'm like, dang, that's a good idea. Just
Yeah.
like Charles Lee Ray will make a fucking good host for
Yes.
horror. You just have it like with a knife in
Yes.
his hand. Oh, that was wild. I wouldn't have done that. That's an interesting kill. I'm gonna try that next time. Like what, Charles?
Right.
Someone needs to lock Charles up
Yeah.
right now.
Right
But
now.
yeah, right now.
Yeah, Chucky. After I guess whenever they're done with the show, I would love to see him maybe come back as like a horror host and start talking mini shorts. Because that last episode of the last season when he was just sitting in that chair and talking shit and going through his body counts and the recap and stuff just took me all the way out. So I said, you know what, I would love to see Chucky talking shit on little mini shorts and shit like that. That would be dope.
It would be. It would be. Someone
Hmm.
out there listening, you know where the money is. You know
Yeah.
where the money is.
Yes. Well, before we start talking about this movie even further, would you like to plug your social, Jazz?
Will do. So, hi guys, I'm Jazz, the 40 ounce connoisseur, one half of Girl That's Scary. If you want to tweet us, call us, beep us, you can't call us for real, but you can at us at Girl That's Scary, all one word, on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to be a professional, you can send us an email at grltspod@gmail.com. But otherwise, that's how you can find us on the interwebs.
Yes. That call, that Kim Possible callback, you just like brought me back. That call me beat me.
Listen, doot, 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 doot.
You just took me back. I mentioned that actually not too long ago at my job, and mostly everybody in my job are like Gen Zers. They're like 18, 19, 17. And like I was talking about Kim Possible, and I mentioned this song. They were like, "What the fuck is that? What is Beat Me?" And I'm just like, "Wow, y'all
My
making me
jaw
really
is in
old."
hell.
You're,
Excuse me.
they don't know. They grew up with phones and iPads and stuff. Like they don't know nothing about the beepers. I mean, I
Is it
never
like
had one, but like my mom had one, and every adult around me at that time had one. So,
my mom ain't had one, but I knew people who had beepers, and I was in middle school when they was popping too. And I
hmm.
like a few girls in my school had beepers. I was so jealous. I was like, I want a beeper. I ain't had nobody to fucking call. No, who am I fucking beeping? Who am I
Right?
beeping? My Mima at her job? No, I ain't beeping nobody. I ain't got nobody. That what the fuck? It was irrational for me to even have a device like that. I ain't calling. I got
Yeah,
5 phone numbers that I know how to dial.
yeah. We didn't need them if you think about it. But like I
No,
remember my mom was like, "Oh, if it's important, just dial 911, and when I see that, I'll call." And my sister used to take advantage of that so much because we used to get into fights, and every time like we be arguing or fighting, she'll beat my mom, and all of a sudden my mom is calling. I'm just like, "Mom is okay. She's fine. She's being dramatic."
wow, the technology. You really had to
Yeah.
beat motherfuckers. You couldn't text nobody and say, call me real quick. You
Nope.
couldn't listen. The fact that I remember before voice notes, and I'm a different person after voice notes. I'm a new bitch. Hello. Like I love it's like a mini phone conversation, but it's a
Yeah.
self-paced phone conversation. And that's
Hmm.
great for me because I love to be on the phone, but I cannot be on the phone because I am booked and busy. So I
Yeah.
gotta be, answering questions in between time. And you
Yeah.
listen to all of them, and it's just like yes, hearing stuff in people's voice, you hear the tone, you get, that kind of
Hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
I love voice notes.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, it's funny because I can't really use them at work a lot. So if I'm in group chats and people's using voice notes, like I'll listen to them and I'm just like I'll just text back. 'Cause, like I can't say nothing at the moment, but I'll text back. Um, but yeah, voice notes are great. It's crazy how far technology came, and I wonder what else we're gonna get in the future. Who knows?
Killer robots, we gonna die.
Oh
Them
gosh.
robots gonna beat our ass, bitch. Unless I was about to say sis name, and I know I shouldn't because then it's gonna be
She's
like, boop, boop, boop.
listening. Yep,
Yeah, I'm
she's
like,
listening. She's
let
just
me
like
not
she's
say
waiting.
no, let me not say nothing when she fuck around and turn my TV off or some shit. I'm like, hey, I'm using it.
All right, so I'm gonna read off this plot from this movie. So it's been 40 years since Laurie Strode survived a vicious attack from crazed killer Michael Myers on Halloween night. Locked up in an institution, Myers manages to escape when his bus transfer goes horribly wrong. Laurie now faces a terrifying showdown when the masked madman returns to Haddonfield, but this time she's ready for him. So I remember when they announced this and not Lori, Jamie Lee Curtis was doing the promotions for this. I was like super hyped because I'm like, all right, again, Halloween fan. Laurie Strode is coming back. Jamie Lee Curtis is playing her again. And uh, we're going, and then it's been talks of it going back to the original, connecting to the original. So it's kind of like a requel, like the new term that Mendy gave us in Scream 5. And I was excited. I saw, all right, the new timeline. They're getting rid of all the other sequels, and here's a new timeline. But you know what? I accept it because Jamie Lee Curtis is coming back. Screen Queen. So, yes. And then when the movie came out, I literally Thursday, because for some reason I don't think they do midnight viewings anymore. So, and I used to be at the midnight joints, but now you can watch movies on Thursdays around like 7 o'clock. So that's like the earliest, I believe. And I was there Thursday night at 7 o'clock watching this movie, and I was just so hyped and just smiling from ear to ear, and just like I was just like, all right, this is connected to the original universe that I love so much, and I can't believe I'm going to watch Michael and Laurie battle it out because I never seen H2O in theaters and I never seen Resurrection in theaters. My first movie, Halloween, I know. My first Halloween movie was Rob Zombie's Halloween, and I used to feel ashamed of that because I'm just like, but I'm not gonna hold you. I did like the movie when I seen it in theaters, so I'll take it. It was cool, but um, seeing this movie, I'm just like, you know what? Erase all that shit. Sometimes I tell people this is my my
Oh my
first one,
god. Okay,
just because it's fair. Like I just like this is the good one, you know. So, how was your thoughts and feelings when you first seen this movie, or
man. Let
when
me
you
tell
heard the
you.
announcement that they were making another one?
Cause you know me, I don't like trailers. Trailers give me too fucking much. I'm someone who likes. We watching this movie today. All right, bet. Don't tell. I don't give a fuck what kind. Boom. Because it makes it better. Like you're figuring out as it goes. I don't want you to
Hmm.
tell me the plot because then it's nothing for me to figure out. I already know what I'm getting and I'm not excited. I'm like, what's this? Ooh, what? Oh, this is this kind of movie. It's like a mystery. You know, you open those little the little grab bags, you start pulling shit out. There's more shit in there. There's more shit there. I
Hmm.
like it like that. Also, I like Michael Myers. Period. The first
Yeah.
movie I saw in theaters was H2O. I was
Yes.
because again, I saw Scream in theaters. My mom was taking my little ass because she wanted to go to the theaters. I
Hmm.
wanted to go to the theaters. We all go into the theaters, and my older brother like scary movies, so we would go as a family. Like, oh, we about to go. I saw a lot of movies in theaters, especially like late '90s,
Yeah.
early aughts. Ooh, I was
Yeah.
at the movies. Okay,
Yeah.
Cloverleaf, BCC in Richmond. I was in there, but I saw H2O. I saw Resurrection in theaters. I saw the first Rob Zombie in theaters. I don't think I
Hmm.
watched the second one in
Okay.
theaters. I don't think because I think when that came out, I was in college, and
Okay.
I wasn't going to the movies as much around that time. But this came out, I was a grown up, and I had grown up money, so I was like, "Oh, I'm about to go buy my ticket right now." Boop, 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 boop.
Yes.
Man, and I'm think me and my homegirl went. I don't know if it was me and Kat or not, but me and I didn't even go alone. My friend was like, "I'm going too. We both about to see Michael Myers cut these hoes up," and we were like, "Oh, this is great. This is good." I
Hmm.
was nothing but impressed. Like I had a good time, and I love the OG Halloween, and I like Halloween 2, and I like Halloween 3. I like all the Halloweens. I'm a Halloween stan. This is a Halloween
Yes.
account. This is a Michael Myers stan account, bitch. Big Mike in this hoe. I don't know what y'all
Yeah.
thought you were getting. I like that Michael Myers is in the movie. All I
Hmm.
need is for him to kill a few people. I don't care
Hmm.
about the plot, but this had a decent plot and it made sense. And I'm not mad that movies kind of sometimes cut things out. It's like a side mission or a
Yeah.
choose your own ending situation
Yeah.
where okay, I like well, not me personally, but what if I like movie one and then 2018 and as it goes, although Halloween Kills is a interesting tale, and I will let you and your other co-host discuss it when you do. But you know, it's there. But this one,
Hmm.
it was fire. I don't even know what people bag at. Like, what do you have to say about it? That's upsetting.
Right. Yeah.
Like, what are you mad about? I don't know what you're because this one does Jamie justice.
Yeah. I will say, so usually when I first watch these movies, like we're all at a high because we're just coming fresh out of it. We're super excited about it, and sometimes what I'm learning now is I have to let movies sit and I have to let it marinate, because sometimes I say things and just like, yeah, that's the best movie, or that's so great, I'm giving it a five, and then when I go back and watch, I'm like, I don't think it's all that, but damn, but I was just so hyped. So for this movie, even after watching like a good 3 times, like I still feel like it was a great movie. I did have some problems with it, because with the first Halloween, um, I like to consider myself like a Halloween enthusiast or whatever, because what made Halloween great was not really so much the kills, because there was maybe like 3 kills in there and there was no blood, but it was the suspense of that first movie. and just how Michael was just hiding in the shadows and how he appears out, and just the way he stalks people, and you don't know he could be anywhere. And I think that was more of the scary parts in that first one for me. And then as the sequels came along, that's when they started to make Michael a little bit more violent. And that's because he had competition. He had, Freddy and Jason, and they're a little bit violent with their kills, where
Mm-hmm.
Michael originally wasn't like that. So with this movie, I'm like, all right, they're going back to the basics. They're not going to be, maybe they're probably going to be violent, but not as violent as Rob Zombie's Halloween. Because Rob Zombie's Halloween, I mean, both those movies, he was just, yeah, like violent, destroying people. Um, but after watching this again, I enjoyed the kills. I enjoy even the characters. I even enjoyed Jamie. I just had some problems with like the whole Michael not stalking like how he used to, because he did it briefly, but not as much. And also some lack of opportunity in some chase scenes, because I'm a big chase scene person. I'm a chase scene whore. And um there was a scene particularly in this movie where after Michael kills Oscar on the gate situation and Allison comes back and she sees Michael and she's like running down the street and they have that incredible like score playing as she's like running. I'm like, where's Mikey? Why he's not chasing her? This would have been a great opportunity for him to be chasing her after she's seen her friend impaled on the gate. And he was nowhere to be seen. And I was just like, damn, they could have created another iconic chase scene with this new character that we got, who's related to Jamie Lee Curtis, well, to Laurie Strode, and that was just a missed opportunity for me. But other than that, I mean, there's some other scenes that we will talk about, but that was just like one of the ones I was just like, damn, like I wanted more from that little scene. Um, but I enjoyed it, like especially in that beginning. When we get the investigative journalist and they're, they got his mask and, they're holding it out and, saying like, I got your mask and stuff. And that kind of triggers Michael. And once he found out that they had it, he stalks him for a little bit, but then we get into that bathroom scene and it was a rat. It was a rat.
That's all I needed to see on the trailer, bro. Like, I think I saw the trailer one fucking time, and I
Mhm.
saw Michael drop them teeth in the stall, and I said,
Yes.
"Bitch, when is it opening?" I would like to be the first in line to see him drop the teeth in the stall. And the wild thing is, you saw several, like not several, but you saw a kill or two, and you're like, oh, that was nothing. That was a chip off the fucking block. There were so many more kills. I was like, they didn't even show you half the kills because people are
Hmm.
getting got left and right. He's coming in, like they're walking past people who are
Hmm.
getting killed and shit like that. Like
Hmm.
Michael's back. It feels like okay, the last movie we saw was what 2009. So it's
Yeah.
been fucking 9 years since
Hmm.
Michael has whooped our ass again, and most people weren't fucking with 2009. I don't really remember it that much.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie to you, I don't remember it very much, but 2007, I remember it was fine. I saw it in
Hmm.
theaters, it was fine. I had problems with it, but I have more problems with it as an adult than I did as a kid. Because
Same.
as a kid, you accept any fucking thing. I'm 17. Fuck it, we live. Yeah,
That was
boom.
me.
You know
That
what
was
I'm saying?
me. But when you go back and watch it, especially that stupid. All right, so real quick, I'm gonna just rewind. So Rob Zombie has a weird fascination with just the amount of cursing in his movies, and then unnecessary rape stuff. And in the theatrical version, how Michael got out was just him killing the police, breaking all the chains, and bam, that's it. So I was hyped, like, yo, I'm gonna get this on DVD. Like, I had the fun experience in the theater, and I get the DVD, and I'm watching it as a family with my mom and grandmother and sister and stuff. And the way he gets out in that version, I was just like this. Like, and my mom couldn't because I went with her to see it in theaters too. So she was expecting that like scene, like with him breaking out, and the way he breaks out in that the director's cut version with the whole scene of them doing that to that poor girl and just the unnecessary like name calling. I'm just like, what is this? What happened? Like, why is this? Why did he have to? Why was this added in here? This was a stupid way for Michael to escape. It had nothing to do with the plot. It didn't evolve. Like, it didn't do anything. So after watching the director's cut, it definitely put a bad taste in my mouth.
Okay.
um
Wow,
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen the director's cut.
don't watch it. Yeah,
I
it's
think
no
I
point.
straight up saw it in theaters, and that was
Yeah,
pretty much it. I don't think I've seen it
yeah.
since, which is wild because I'm like, we're going over both of those movies are over a decade
Hmm.
old. I haven't seen them again. And do want to revisit them because, I think I saw 2007 though, but the version I saw was not the director's cut still. It
Yeah,
still wasn't director's cut. It was
yeah,
another cut. So I'm like, I, I'm the person who's like, yeah, I want to take the plunge so then I can say, no, this is what happened. I saw with my own fucking eyeballs.
yeah,
I don't want to be the word of mouth bitch. I want to be like, no, no, no.
yeah,
I suffered through this, so I'm gonna cuss everybody out because I had to take my 15 minutes and look
yeah,
at it with my own fucking eyes. Y'all gonna hear my mouth now.
yeah,
Versus
yeah,
I read what somebody else said. No, 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 I endured and fuck you. Why
yeah.
did you do that? Why did you do that?
Yeah, it was so bad. And I mean, there were some edit scenes that was like, all right, cool. Um, but like that scene in particular was just not, again, not necessary. Now, his second one, I just reviewed this yesterday with Kill the Dead. We talked about Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and we talked about the differences between the theatrical cut and director's cut. And I actually prefer the director's cut in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 opposed to the theatrical cut, because in the director's cut they show more of Laurie and Annie's trauma of what happened in that first movie. And it's rare to just, do movies like that where you have these surviving characters and you see them experience, you see the characters handle trauma in different ways. Like we talked about Laurie handling her trauma by acting out, making new friends, the way she dressed, the way she talks. She's a whole different person compared to that first one. Annie's trauma, how she's dealing with it. She's more nurturing. She's, being nurturing to Lori and her father, the sheriff, and she's trying to, bring Lori back down to, because she's like, just acting wild. And everybody that experienced that event in that first movie, everybody changed. And I see, I like how Rob Zombie did that, because it's rare that that they do this in movies. Usually when they do sequels, oh, we're fine, we went to college and we're fine. Oh shit, we're going through this again. Scream, I love Scream, don't get me wrong, but like how some of those characters handle trauma, I'm just like, I don't know. You just literally watched a lot of people get butchered. Your best friend got butchered, and y'all still kind of just like, yeah. So what's next?
You ain't take it like a leap year, not a leap year, jeez. But you ain't just wait a year or something. Because I was like,
Right?
nah, bro, I can't go to school this year, mama. I'm a.
Exactly.
I mean, well, Sydney would have been talking to her mom. Yikes. But Dad, I can't go to school this year. LOL, not LOL. But you know,
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I get it. But of course, because some people handle trauma differently. So you get the aspect of, no, I'm not all right, girl. I'm
Hmm.
edgy for an actual reason versus, a lot of movies, they start off with the edgy teen and you find out this thing happened, but you watched the entirety of the fuck shit that happens to them. Because, like in this movie, the shit that happens to this girl, Allison, I would be a different bitch after that. I would be
Yeah.
and a bitch rose to the occasion. I'm not gonna lie to you. When we talk about matriarchs and bad bitches, this movie did it for me because it's always the Greek girl. I'm
Yeah.
running. Oh, I can't defend myself. Oh, I can't do it. Someone save me. I fucking hate that. Fucking
Right.
hate that. No, because I'm like me and my friends, me and my homies. When I mean, not to say I'm Billy Badass, that I would just go out and fight Michael Myers because I would run. Fuck you. I'm
Hmm.
running. But in the case of all of us are together and there's an assailant in here, we're about to tag team together versus the assailant about to beat each of us up one by one, which you
Right.
see in a lot of movies where they're getting beat up, they're on the ground, somebody else get beat up, they're on the ground versus no, we're gonna pull together and use
It's
teamwork.
like they're waiting their turn. And it's like, no,
Yes.
we're gonna jump this person. We're gonna jump them.
Yes, we're gonna jump them. We're jumping you.
Yeah.
Come outside. We gonna jump you. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're gonna jump you. Come outside. So get it over with.
Yes.
Michael, Big Mike, get your ass
Mhm.
outside so
Like
you
they
can
did in
catch this
Halloween
fade.
Kills. They was like, well, we're gonna, well, that, well, I will say this because this is where they fucked up. I mean, we go back to this movie, but speaking of jumping, they do jump Michael at one moment. They fucking him up, but then when he somehow magically revives and get back up, that's the part when I feel like they were waiting their turn to get their ass whooped. When
They
they
were.
started jumping him again, I'm just like, y'all were doing a great job before. What happened this time?
He was on the ground. How come no one dismembered the head? I don't
Right.
understand. And also, yes, he is pure evil, but he is also human. Some of y'all are 200 pounds. Take that big old leg and stomp him in the neck and crush that voice box, crush that throat. Okay, because my big ass would have took that leg, my heavy ass leg, and I would.
Mhm.
When I tell you, I would have A-town stomped on his throat. I would have stomped a mud hole in his ass and walked it dry. I would have stopped because I'm like, y'all all have feet. You know, if he's on the ground, you don't need no weapons. Never take your foot off his neck until his bones are jello. Y'all should literally be doing some kind of dance routine onto
Yeah.
him. Y'all should be square dancing on top of his ass. And it was
Right.
like, oh, he's on the ground. Yeah, why would you? 40 years, he'd have killed like 15 people
Hmm.
12 hours ago. Y'all need to keep somebody need to pick up a sewer top and hit his ass. Somebody
Hmm.
needs to put a trash bag around his head. Somebody they need to hold him still and have somebody run over his head. They need to have somebody run over him with a truck and rest the truck on his chest and leave it there until we can wrap him up in chains, put him in a box and drop him in the fucking ocean.
Oh shit.
That is what we need to
Yeah.
do. Like y'all
The,
acting brand new. You're brand
right.
what are you
The
dumb?
closest person that, because you talking about like stomping the metal, the closest person that did that was Karen. When she, before she grabbed the mask off and they were at the house and he fell to the ground and she like stumped his head when he was on the step and then she pulled his mask off. I like, damn, you could have, like you said, Jazz, keep your fucking foot on his neck, keep
It would have been
going.
stomp, stomp, stomp. He would have had to grab my leg and literally swing me around like bam, bam, bitch. I would have literally been stomping because your head and neck are sensitive. I don't care how much weights you lift or how evil you are. That neck can snap. If you are
Yeah.
still human, that neck can snap. And if you are not human, I'm fucked anyway.
Yeah.
So we're here.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
why the fuck y'all let Michael Myers get away with this shit? Especially when it's like 15 on one. One bitch got an iron. You mean tell
Yeah.
me you can't turn his head in the ground beef with that heavy ass
I didn't even
iron?
see her use it. I'm like, I mean, we see her like holding it, but I
It's
didn't even see her
funny as
start
hell.
swinging it around. Like, listen, I would have been using that cord, twirling that shit, like just whooping that
Look, they
ass.
better
Listen,
electrocute his
I would
ass
take
like
that
Busta
cord.
Rhymes did.
Listen, he knew it was up. Like, she didn't even use the cord to like choke him, tighten it up or anything. Like, come on, man. And the iron could do damage. She underused it.
Listen, listen. That's why I'm like, y'all had too many people and too many weapons in that movie. This movie, they did not take the opportunity to jump him, but they weren't
Yeah,
thinking to jump him yet. They weren't
yeah,
there yet. At this
yeah.
point, they weren't even sure because as he's walking around the neighborhood, which is the scariest part,
All right,
he's
let's talk
running into
about that scene.
children.
Let's talk about that
Like,
scene. I love that scene so much. And I remember I got so mad when they released that scene as like a promotion before this movie came out. I'm just like, this scene is amazing. I watched it, of course, but I'm just like, why would y'all release this? Because this scene is fucking amazing. It would have been so dope if we didn't know nothing about this scene and we just would have seen it in theaters. But a lot of us already knew about it because again, trailers.
I didn't even see that
They
part.
wanted it. All right, so you lucky, you good. I was just like, but I was still in theaters hype. I was still hyped because it was like a one shot. He comes out, he bump into the kids, he sees that lady, he walks over there, and it's funny because again we talking about Easter eggs. As he walking, if you remember in the first Halloween, right when the movie comes on, you hear these kids singing like this Halloween poem, and that same poem is playing as he's walking down to that lady. And I
Hmm.
called it, I'm just like, that's the same like chant that the kids were singing right in the
Bruh.
beginning of the first Halloween. So
And it's
already
realistic.
standing and
And
it's
it's realistic
realistic.
because they still say that. They still say it to this day. And
Hmm.
I heard it. I was like, he turned to the head to the side. He was like, I know that song.
Yeah.
I was like, Then another like little Easter egg. His ass to walk the. He didn't. All right. He ain't kill no kids up rip. He done already killed two mechanics. He done ripped the jaw open. The
But he
podcast
did kill
got
a
their ass.
kid. He did kill a
He
kid. Remember
did
that little
with
boy in the
the little boy
car.
with the gun. He didn't kill a
Yeah.
baby, but he killed
No.
the little boy with the gun. But the little boy did have a gun. So
Yeah.
I mean, fuck it.
Yeah.
He was got his ass beat. Poor little kid. He just want to
Yeah.
go to dance class.
No,
I
no.
did like that scene about him. He was
Me
like,
too.
I just really like dancing. Papa was like, you really like dance like that? And he was like,
He's like,
yeah,
yeah.
I really like dance. I'll go with you fishing on the weekends, but man, I
Mhm.
really just dance class on Tuesday, bro. I'm missing it. And then
Yeah.
he was like, all right, man, well, fuck it, we
Yeah.
just gonna go fishing on Saturday, then. And I was like, that was so fucking cute. Because first of all, I
Yeah.
love papas and meemaws, like grandpas
Yeah.
and shit, or old parents. They're like, all right, let's go do this, little
Yeah.
chap. They want you
Yeah.
to do the shit they did. Let's go play some jacks or some shit. They try to learn
Right.
the to do shit that's cool, and they don't
Hmm.
know what's cool anymore. But he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm doing these dance routines. It's like, what the fuck? When I was a young warhog, we shot deer and shit. I don't I don't know what you're talking about, but
Right.
I would say that he got killed, but him and his papa had to go. Everybody like they killed like 4 people,
Yeah.
snapped his little neck too, and the police
Yeah.
officer his when they found him, his neck was literally
It's
tilted back,
all, yeah.
like the movie Atarados when the lady come out and her neck is stretched. If you have you seen that?
I don't think I have.
Bobby,
I don't think
before
I
it
have.
gets to Halloween, I want you
Okay.
to watch
Putting it in.
Aterrados or
Right now.
Terrified. It's a Spanish horror movie. It's on Shutter.
Wait, I
Um,
seen Terrified.
it is Terrified. It's in Spanish.
Oh, so it is
Ater-
Oh,
yeah, Aterrados is the name. In
okay. I didn't know. So I seen Terrified. Is that the one with the
sorry.
boy and he looks like he's decaying at the table?
Yes,
Yep, I seen that. I seen
yes.
that.
That scared
Hmm.
though. That scared. That ruins me still. I could put that movie on right
Same.
now. In the milk scene, I jump every time.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh. But
Just got
the
chills.
scene where the lady come out the house and her neck is stretched, it reminded me
Yeah.
of that, but more realistic. Because his
Yeah.
neck, it looked like a fucking French horn. I was like, hey, yo, Mike,
That's
hey,
what I'm saying. What is Mike doing to these folks?
bro, this evil a little too strong. You need to relax on this evil. You about to overdose on the evil. You stretch your necks and shit. You
He's like, give
killing
it to me.
kids. You killed 4 people. Went to get your jumpsuit. Killed 2 mechanics. Ripped somebody's jaw open, which is one of my favorite kills. I
Yeah.
love when the jaws are literally
Yeah, just like
unhinged and the
ripped off
teeth
or
are
stretched.
exposed.
Yes. Mm.
It that those are my favorite. I love exposed teeth.
Yeah.
And then they beat the other mechanic ass. He gets
Hmm.
his mask back after he goes in there. He pushing the doors open. This podcast lady, listen, if somebody come in here and they pushing door and being weird, already my pants is up. I'm about to be ready to
Hmm.
charge. He trying to open the door. I would have been crawling under the stall to try to get to the door closest to the door.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that would have helped, but she had ample time to get out when her fucking podcast dude was getting his ass beat. I know it's sad,
Yes, I
but
said that.
also
Rewatching this, I was just like, the whole time while Aaron was getting his ass whooped, she could have crawled out from, not even crawled out, she could have opened that store and ran the hell out and tried to get help. She sat there and just waited for herself to get killed.
grabbed the crowbar, sat in there like, oh,
Right.
help me, girl. You literally could have got out if you had keys. You could have gotten the car and drove off before he got to you.
Yep.
Now, if you didn't have keys, you could have just ran because Michael don't do that.
Nope.
If you continue running, I notice when people are running continuously, Michael does not catch them.
Oh no.
He never catches them.
Yeah.
He just does not. So I'm like, girl, if you don't take your ass a nice jog, stay off the road, but start jogging. Cause he's gonna get your hit the mask and take the car.
Hmm.
And if he leaves, you're home free. But
Yep.
no, you're gonna sit in the car. I mean, sit in the stall and get your ass beat. But also, that's what you deserve for what your true crime fucking shit did. And
Yeah.
I will be the first to say I have bias against true crime podcasts and shit like that. I do not like them that much. Not because I don't like true crime being told, but a lot of times the people don't have no respect for the victims.
Yeah.
And then they're making money off the shit, telling other
Hmm.
people shit. Then you pulling up on the victim, like they pull up on Lori, talk about some, oh, we want you to go up there. They did give her some money,
But still,
but
like, why would
at first,
you?
yeah. Talk
Yeah.
about your kids got taken. When'd you get them back? You knew her kids ain't got taken back. Why would you say that to her?
Right.
Like you don't you know what? That's really fucked up. You didn't need to bring that up if you want to talk about Michael. Like that this is too much. That's
Yeah.
why I don't respect a lot of you hoes. All right. You're I don't respect you if you're doing this. You're doing way
Right.
too much. You're bothering Lori, and she really could shoot you. That bitch could shoot a fly off a deer ears in a
Right.
hundred yards. You might want to leave her the fuck alone.
Yeah. She even had an attitude when when they showed up at the gate. She just was like, yes. And there was like, oh, we're podcasters, investigative journalists, and she didn't even say nothing. She just opened the gate. But them just like digging into her like life like that was a little overboard. Like they could have just stuck with, they're there because of Michael and her. You didn't have to dig into her marriage, and you had two failed marriages, and you lost custody over your kid, and it's like, come on, man, like that don't have nothing to. I mean, it probably does have something to do with something, but we want
We
to talk
not
about
here.
Michael. We're not here for
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
you
don't
know.
come here with that. And what do you want me to tell you about that? You thought I'm about to
Hmm.
open up to you because you gave me 3 stacks. I let you in my house. That was the price That was the price
Hmm.
you had to pay to cross the bridge, troll. Get your ass in here. Your time is up. Get out.
Hmm.
She
She
couldn't get the
said
fuck out.
that. She was like, "Get out. I'll take my payment. Get out."
But he
That's
makes
okay,
his
Lori.
way. He gets that mask. He
Hmm.
rides over to Haddonfield. You know he going to Haddonfield. And
Yep.
then Meemaw got the money, brings it straight to Allison.
Yep.
Which I'm like, oh, look at this Meemaw. You know,
Yeah.
you feel for her because the mama, I keep saying Judy Greer because that's her name. I feel like,
Yeah.
yeah. But her name is not Judy Greer.
You better
She's
than me. I'll be calling her Fern from Jawbreaker.
don't be
Fern
calling her
Mayo.
Fern.
I mean,
Okay.
listen. That was her like for me. For me, that was like her breakout role. I liked her as Fern.
I did like her as Fern. She's also good in that movie. It's a Hulu joint, Good Boy, where she gets a
Oh
dog.
yes,
The dog, it's
yes.
so much fun. That's a fun movie. I
I
did not
love that
expect that
one.
movie to be that fun,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
either way, she's up here with her family now because she's sick of her mom shit. Because she said her mama traumatized her, and I'm like, your mom did she might have traumatized you. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was a little abusive. You cannot have children live in a survival camp like this is fucking your next, like Aaron.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't do that. They have to have a childhood. You can't
yeah.
just be like
She
shoot
fucked her up.
guns
Yeah.
and eat tree bark and shit. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. So she's like, I don't like. She has this resentment, so she wants to keep her mom away from her daughter, but her
Hmm.
mom was only trying to protect her. And I'm like, y'all don't understand the gravity of Michael Myers not being in a cell. Y'all don't understand the gravity of Michael Myers is in fucking Haddonfield with a
Yes.
butcher knife that he took from somebody who was making a ham sandwich. Call back. They was cutting up the ham. He took the ham knife and killed them because in the Halloween 2, he don't kill them. He just
Yep.
take the knife. He
Yep.
killed the lady, didn't
Yep.
kill the baby, went over, killed another bitch in another house. He
Yes.
killed like six motherfuckers on the way. I was
That,
like, hey, no, he's fucking too many people up. Y'all need to go.
yeah.
People is looking at him like thinking it's a costume.
Mhm.
No, he's stabbing people. That knife is not plastic.
Nope. So listen, so that scene again, I was freaking out over that, but I loved it so much because what John Carpenter wanted to do was he originally didn't want Laurie and Michael to be siblings. So that's why he was a little annoyed doing Halloween too. And they said, well, we need a reason why, and he was like, all right, just make them siblings, but I really don't like it. So that's why they kind of got rid of Halloween 2 and say, this one's connected to the first one because they're not siblings. We want to make them, strangers. And he just so happened to lay eyes on Lori once she dropped those keys off at the Myers house. And with the scene here, they went back to the basics. He's killing at random because that's what Michael does. He's scarier when he kills people for no fucking reason. You don't know why. He just does it because it's just the sport. He loves it. And I think that's more terrifying because he can just pop up in your house. You don't know he's there, and he's getting you the fuck out of here. And you don't know why.
Quick.
You didn't do nothing. Quick, you know? And I think that's more terrifying to me. So that's why this is one of the reasons why I enjoy the scene because he just rolled up into this town, went into somebody's house, got old lady out of here, skipped past the baby. Even though I was worried when I first seen that moment. I was like, please do not touch that child. And then he comes out. He see Vanessa, the sexy nurse, and her husband come out the car, which makes their appearance in Halloween Kills, which I love too, because these people that had the smaller roles in this movie come back in Halloween Kills for a bigger role. And she even looks back like, "What is this?" But then she gets in the car, and then Michael goes up into the house, sees the old girl on the phone, go around the back, and then makes his way inside the house, and then just stabs her in the fucking back of her throat, well, neck, coming out her throat, and then just walks away. Well, first of all, it's Halloween night. Why are you not locking your doors, bro? Like, I don't give a fuck if there's kids around. Why is nobody locking their doors? It's Halloween. Anybody could roll up in your house and even play a trick on you. If you don't feel like dealing with that, lock your doors. Michael just, free range. Just, yeah, everybody leave their doors unlocked. I'm just gonna walk up in here.
That is a culture shock to me because I've never left like if I leave my door unlocked, it's by accident. It's not.
Hmm.
And then I'm alarmed when I've realized that my door has been unlocked for X amount of time because anyone could have come up in here.
Right,
So it's just like I don't care what kind of neighborhood you live in. Why is it unlocked?
right,
That's
right.
stressful.
Very stressful. I remember I went to visit my partner's, like his family. They got some friends out in Virginia, and we stayed over there, and we stayed the night over there because I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't know these people, but he knows them, and they grew, childhood friends or whatever. And they leave their door unlocked. They left their doors unlocked. I'm just like, we're not gonna lock the doors. They're just like, oh no, it's we never worry about anything. It's just, I'm like, I don't care. It might be that one time that something may happen. Oh well, you live in a city, so I'm just like,
It doesn't matter. Someone could see your house from afar and say, bet,
mm-hmm,
bet. They're just going to walk right up. They're going to walk right in. There's going to be no sign of forced entry. They're going to stab you in your sleep and walk right the
right
fuck
out.
out, and
Mm-hmm,
no one's going to find them. At minimum, even if a person's not going there, what if it's like a fucking animal that knows how to, hit the doorknob? It's big enough to maybe
yes.
hit the doorknob and come inside. Or if you think if it cracks open, like say it's unlocked and the wind blows it and now it's slightly cracked, and we
Mm-hmm.
think of movies like Gerald's Game where the fucking
Oh
dog
yeah.
comes in because the door was open.
Mm-hmm.
No, any kind of element can come inside with an open door, girl. Fuck off. We're not doing this. But that's why they got Michael whooped their ass. He whooped everyone's ass.
Sure
And
did.
then, we're dealing with this family. We got her name is Ray is Karen is her name. Karen is her
Karen, yeah.
name, and Ray is the husband, and they're dealing with Allison, who's a smart girl, honor society, taking after I'm about to call her Jamie, taking after Lori,
I
and
keep saying that. So.
they're going to dinner to meet Cameron and everything. And she's like, "Did you invite Grandma?" And they didn't invite Grandma, but she
Mm-hmm.
personally, because teenagers, she called fucking Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Grandma pull up after
Right.
watching her in the class, giving her the money, pull up to the dinner,
A little on, a
drinks
little lit.
not even a little bit. She grabbed somebody else's wine and fucking drink the shit. I was like, Lori, whoa, oh, you could have at least ordered yourself a
Mm-hmm.
fucking wine, but you drunk there, started crying at the table. You all stressed, and then fucking mom Jane Karen is like, I'm gonna call her Jane. Karen is like, I'm glad you saw that. Shut your
Right.
ass up.
This is why we never invite her anywhere. They're like, Mom, like, chill out. It's interesting because it's a shame because it's not a deleted scene, but there were talks where originally I'm about to call her Jamie Lee Curtis. Lori, when they're leaving the facility, when Michael's inside the van before he breaks out, she was actually the cause of him getting out. She chases down the bus and she kind of makes the bus crash by getting in front of it, and it's her fault. The reason why Michael got out. So then she starts freaking out, and then she goes to the dinner, and that's why she's drinking that way because she's just like I fucked up, like I did something wrong. I didn't mean to, and but they cut that part out because they felt like it would have been too much.
I'm
So
glad they cut it out because then
yes,
it would have been like, girl, why are you stupid? Why did you cause the entire movie? You could have sat at home and waited, and he could have been at the other sanitarium. Ain't nothing, none of this would have happened.
mm-hmm,
You,
exactly.
why did you do that? Why? I know you
You
want to
want to
kill
kill him?
him, but if
Yeah.
you wanted to kill him, all you had to do was follow him to the
Mm-hmm.
next joint and make sure he got in. And if
Yeah.
he got in, he ain't fucked with nobody in 40 years. He ain't gonna fuck with nobody right now. And if he
Mm,
do and you see his ass walking out, you sit there overnight. And if you see his ass, shoot his ass.
yep.
Boom. But instead, you like, no, I cannot just pray for people's downfall. I must take part in it myself. No, no, Lori. He's Michael fucking Myers. And there's too many variables because it's all this people, it's a car accident, all this stuff is happening. You
Yeah.
don't know if you can really control this situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm happy they cut it out too because I feel like why make Lori the cause of it? Like I understand, she wants to end everything to to put it into her thinking about this whole situation of him still being alive and maybe possibly getting out again. But I think that would have been too much because the whole movie I think everybody definitely would have been blaming her, and I wouldn't want that for this version of Laurie Strode. So, um, but yeah, that didn't seem as interesting. I didn't like the whole monologue that Judy Greer was given because it just seemed like she was just reading off a script because she was just like zoned out and she's like, "This is what happened to me. She made me do this, and I had no childhood." And I'm just like, is she okay?" It was just very weird to me. Me
Yeah.
watching this, I'm like, "Why she okay?"
And I'm like, okay. And I understand she made you load a gun, but maybe you should have got a little bit more specific. Like
Yeah,
she made me do this. I only slept X amount of hours a week, or she
yeah.
would wake me up in my sleep with cold water and make me try to defend myself in the middle of the night or some shit like slap boxing me at 3 a.m. That's
Wait,
that's
now I'm
something.
imagining her snap box.
You fucking sleeping. She got her teddy bear shit, and you get smacked. Somebody smacked the shit out you at 3:21 a.m. and you're just like you fight for your
Man,
life in the
stop.
dark. That's something where okay, CPS is coming to get you. I'm like, girl, you learn how to shoot a gun. All the
Oh
motherfuckers in the
man.
Bible Belt know how to shoot a gun. What are you talking
Right.
about? Okay. I need some specifics.
Oh man.
Oh
No.
man,
You got me thinking about that shit now. That is hilarious.
that's funny. That
Um,
was poor. Now I'm like, damn, poor Karen. You was getting your ass beat in the middle of the night.
so all right, so the whole thing is to Michael, I mean not Michael, Lori feels like Michael's coming after her when he really is not coming after her, like he doesn't really care. But the whole thing is Dr. Sartain, his whole plan is to bring Lori and Michael together so they can he wants to do a study to see how it would be when them two are together. And he's kind of part of the reason. I think he's actually the reason why the bus crashed actually. And the whole scene of, um them leading up to going to Laurie's house, and Allison ends up in the car and they hit Michael, and they bring Michael back into the car. And once Michael wakes up and he starts fucking Hawkins up, I think that's his name, Hawkins, and he's like hitting the front of the seat and get him out. That scene where Dr. Sartain um actually, no, let me rewind. I'm so sorry. I'm getting my scenes confused. So when Michael gets hit, when they first get him in the car, I want to talk about the scene where Dr. Sartain puts that mask on. And I literally was in the theater cracking the fuck up because I'm like, I hope that they do not have this man, this little man, walking around with this Michael Myers mask on, acting like he's trying to do some experiment or act like he might want to fuck people up. Because it was just so hilarious how he just popped up with this mask on. But then but I feel like he gets what he deserves little later on when Michael gets out and he gets him on the floor and he like stumps his fucking head in. That scene right there was just chef's kiss. I loved it so much.
Listen. I love a head being turned into a melon. Oh man. He stumped his head in. Also, he got Hawkins killed because he stabbed Sartain stabbed Hawkins with the
The
fucking knife
knife.
or some shit.
It was like a
Because
pen with a retractable
yeah, like he
knife.
had a scalpel or some shit,
Yeah.
low key ass scalpel. Where the fuck you even get that from? Inspector Gadget ass. What? Anyway, he stabbed him up, and he was like, "Oh man, we go drive her in the car." Also, Alice is smart as hell because he don't
She
put the
was
dead
out.
body in the car
Mm-hmm.
driving. She was like, he spoke to me. He was like, he's never spoke. He spoke to me. What did he say?
Mm-hmm.
If you stop the car, I'll tell you what he said.
Yeah.
Bitch, he didn't
Mm-hmm.
speak to you. You don't even know who this nigga is.
But
She was
you
like, she looked around, was like, "Yes, this is my
mm-hmm.
chance." And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "No, you a smart bitch." Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because I wouldn't have thought to do that shit. I would have
Yeah.
just been like, "Wow, I don't know what
Yeah.
to
Just get
do."
me out this fucking car, man. I don't know who this man is. Who is this? Why I'm in the car with him? Get me out of here.
But all she hears the breathing, and Big Mike, done lift his head up like, "Hey,
I would have had a heart attack in that car sitting next to him because you just look and you just see this thing looking at you, it's looking at you, the shape looking at you, and I would have been freaking out. I don't know. I would have passed out right there.
my pants would have been soiled. I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
know right now. My pants would have been soiled. Party done. I'm not, we're not doing nothing else. I guess I'm gonna die in the back seat. But she gets out and runs through the woods and makes it to the house. Like
Mm-hmm.
after all of this, and we got cops stationed outside the house because they looking for her. Because mind you, she don't go to this party with Cameron dressed as Bonnie and Clyde,
Oh
and this
yeah.
little asshole got drunk and gonna kiss somebody at the party and like acting like she overreacted. You
Mm-hmm.
can you just met her fucking mom, bro, and you are kissing someone in the mouth at the party you brought your girlfriend to in front of everybody. The disrespect, the
Mm-hmm.
fucking gall.
And then
And
you're gonna
then
go out and say, "Oh, I don't know what happened. Like we were just talking. She whispered something in my ear, and then you going to take her phone and throw it in nacho cheese or whatever the hell it was." I'm like, "Why are you upset? You the one that's out here like." kissing other bitches. Like what?
Just like an asshole. He
Yeah.
does that, and now she ain't got no phone. That's why they call her, can't get into contact with her ass. She's just like, wow, I'm done.
Hmm.
Ejectocito. Walk home with the friend. The friend try to make a move
Come
on
on, a
her. First of all,
piece of shit too.
even if she had just literally fought with him and broke up with him, y'all two are fucking homeboys. What makes you
Yes.
think that she is interested in you? And then you was like, oh, I was just horny. The girls are dancing on me. Like that's an excuse. You're really a teenager. This is
Yeah.
stupid.
Trash.
But that's why you try to escape. And Michael Myers get your ass on that gate. Now they putting
Hmm.
you on a t-shirt. Okay, you're gone. You're gone.
That scene was brutal to me though. Like I I mean, I wish I seen more as far as like stabby stabs and stuff, but he just stabbed him like once or twice. But we didn't see the impalement of him like when he's on the gate because when Allison comes back, she's seen like the fucking like the fence or whatever's like through his fucking jaw and coming out his mouth. It was real brutal, and I'm just like, oh damn. But I did like the scene where Michael, like every time the floodlights would come on and off, and Michael would get closer each time. I'm just like, come on, man, I would have been ran. This person is being weird, and
He
every
drunk.
time, but
He a drunk
still,
teenager. He probably think it's a neighbor. He talking to the neighbor like, "I'm sorry, man. I'm on you. I got a problem with a girl." He know them,
right?
so it's like, "Oh man," but and you know it's Halloween. Everybody got costumes on. But for me
Mm,
personally, if you don't respond to me the first time,
yeah,
I'm already about to start running.
yeah, I'm good.
Also, I wouldn't have hopped that gate anyway. I'm not taking no shortcut that requires me to hop a gate. It's not a shortcut. It's
I will
not a
be
short. If
giving
I
Michael a run for his money, running around. I'll be running fucking circles. I will be cutting his ankles the fuck up.
or
Listen,
I would
you
have
gonna
broke
have
into
to
their house.
right.
It I would have broke the window and got inside. Fuck you.
Hmm.
Getting inside. I'm breaking the window. Call the police. I will pay for this window. I will work on
Yeah,
some. I will deliver newspapers to break
yeah,
fix this window. But I'm not trying to die right now.
yeah,
I think you would understand
yeah.
if you knew what I was going through. But he died, so he didn't get to understand shit. And
Hmm.
now Michael is chasing Allison, and he about to lead them straight to Lori because she trying to get to
Hmm.
her Mima house. The police in there, they eating banh and brownies and shit, you know, which is that little conversation. I got them to make you a PB and
Yeah,
J. He's like, I'm not eating that shit.
that's
Fuck
it,
you.
right?
And you
Like I'm
meanwhile,
good.
he opened it and it looked like the brownie. You remember them little fucking TV dinners used to put it
Oh
PB and
yeah, and
J
they had
that
the
came
little
in the
brownie in it. Yes.
That's exactly what it looked like. Talk about something. I made this myself. I think you need to stop. I think you
Right.
need to stop making the brownies, bro. This shit looks
Yo,
like the TV dinner brownie.
yes. So yeah, so now they led to that house or whatever. Again, Michael's not thinking about Lori. Sartain wanted to take Michael to Lori so he can do his little experiment or whatever. Um, but Michael, I guess, drives his way to Lori's house at that point, I think. After the cops come. Oh yeah, because I guess he kills the cops and stuff. And when he gets to Lori's house, and Allison father and Karen is there, and Lori's there, and Allison father comes out, right? And he opens the cop car door, and you see the dead cop with the fucking sculpted head that's carved like a jack o' lantern. How the fuck? What time Michael Myers had to do this? Now listen, I know Michael Myers like to play with his, I guess, food, if you will. Like he likes to decorate. He likes when he kills his victims. He like to hang them up, hide them in places so it can scare people. Boo. But when the hell he had time to do that? That's a
He
lot of
didn't.
work.
He didn't. He didn't. They did that for us. They did that
Yeah.
for us. They said, "Look, bitch, look what we got for y'all." Because
Right.
there was no way. Because I don't even think he drove. Because him and Allison was on the same trajectory. The police officers were right outside the house.
Yeah.
Allison ended up in the backyard on foot. So
Yeah.
that means he teleported his ass as he does to the police car because he saw them first and killed them and clearly carved their face out, killed
Yeah.
Ray because he come out and discovered the body, snap his
Hmm.
neck, and it's like, I'm ready for more. It had to take you at least 20 to 30 minutes
Yeah.
to carve it in this way. What
Yeah.
knife do you even have? Where you get this knife from?
That's what I'm
Is this the
saying.
same knife
It's
that from the ham
impressive.
sandwich?
I was like, oh, you did this out, but it's impressive. But like, yeah, where was the time? It's not like it was like this happened earlier in the day and then we get back to the scene a little later. No, this was probably maybe a few minutes So yeah, they definitely did that for us because yeah, it was like fan service, definitely.
And I'll take fan service. People be like, this is fan service. And I'm like,
Yeah.
bitch, I'm a fan.
Yes,
I'm a
exactly.
fan.
I'm a fan.
Okay.
Give it to
What
me.
what do you want? This is what I came for. Do you think I
Mhm.
came for this perfect, cohesive, holeless story that with no plot holes or nothing? No. I came
Right.
here for Michael Myers to stab bitches up. I don't care what he has to do to make
Mhm.
this happen. They could have put Michael Myers on a NASA ship in space and had him stab someone in the moon and come
No,
back, and I
Jazz.
still would have been like,
No,
yes.
no, no.
I would have had my motherfucking spacesuit on in space. Like, damn, he just
Just
stabbed his ass
waiting.
up. That's wild.
I imagine you with a
Ooh,
spacesuit on, like a pumpkin, and just sitting there waiting, watching that
like, mm-hmm.
movie.
Yep. Very good. Very good. That's me. Oh my god, no. Get
Yo.
get stabbed. I'm ready. I don't care what he would have done. I like Resurrection. What did y'all think you were getting from me?
Mhm.
I watch Resurrection on purpose
Yeah,
at least once a year.
yeah,
I'm having the time of my life. I was like, oh yes, they made it. Not him making a jackalator. Michael is a fucking jokester. He's a comedian.
yeah.
He's a comedian. He's
Again, he
going in
likes to play
here.
with his food. That's what he does all the time. I mean, it gets worse than Halloween Kills, but definitely in this one, with the whole Jack o' lantern, very impressive. Impressive. I loved it. But that whole scene, Lori coming down, you got the theme playing, so I'm like, oh, here we go. This is the battle we all been waiting for. She coming down the steps, she looks out the door or whatever, and she see Michael just standing there looking back at her like, what's up? Remember me? And she's locking the door. Greer, well, Karen goes underneath the little secret hideout in the basement, and just Michael bursting through the door, like through the windows and grabbing her, and then she shoots off the fingers. It was just that scene was so intense, and I fucking loved it. I said, "Here we go. This is the battle. These two are meeting again, and I'm ready. I'm ready."
Listen, I love a final boss scene. Okay.
Mhm.
I am here for final boss scene, especially because this is from movie one where they fought each other a little bit. And she didn't fight for real, for real. She fought a little bit. She scratched him with a little coat hanger. I don't know how that shit worked. I don't, y'all still trying to convince me like that was enough. I, guys,
I think she
did she
poked him in
stab him
the
in the
eye.
eye?
Yeah,
That's
and
why
then
he's
she took
missing
the
the
knife.
eye.
Yeah, that's why his
Okay.
eyes like all like it was like it's not
Fucked up.
missing, but it's fucked up. And
Okay.
she stabbed him with the knife when he dropped it in the closet, and that's what got him down in the first one. But yeah, that's why his eye looked the way it does because she stabbed him with a hanger.
Oh my god.
But she's
People
fucked him
outside
up.
beside.
So she fucked up his eye, and then she also blew off I think 3 of his fingers, maybe 2. So Laurie's fucking Michael up.
Those hands are all messed up. And excuse me, y'all can hear the motorcycles out here. Somebody decided it was a good idea to ride a motorcycle right
Yeah,
now. It's speed humps over here. I don't know why you even doing all that. It is nine. You see that 9:46. You're doing way too much. We trying to talk about Halloween 2018. You over here waking up people kids on a school night. Stop.
right.
Anyway, so I'm childish. But no, she blew his fingers off. They was like hiding through here in places. The fact that her hallway, she had Jason open and closed so he couldn't come in and out.
Mhm.
And then she was like, guess what, baby? Whole time. It wasn't a fucking hideout, bitch. It was a fucking trap. Judy
Trap,
felt like, I
yes.
can't do it, mom. Please, I
Yeah.
can't do it.
That got
And
me.
then he got
That
he got
got
and I was
me.
like, I
Yeah.
was in the movie theater like, bitch, don't do this right now.
Mhm.
After you complained about how your mama trained you and now you too pussy to shoot Michael, girl, fuck off. Your daughter's in danger. And he, she goes, as soon as he gets within frame, she gets
Mhm.
gotcha. Bop. And I
Got.
was like,
Yep.
all right, okay, that was
Yep.
satisfying.
Yeah.
And then mama comes and stabs him from the back. And then they
Mhm.
start banking his ass and he fall down the stairs. They try to get up and he try to pull fucking Judy Greer out of here and they kicking
Mhm.
his ass. And then the daughter, Allison, is like, I gotta step up to the plate.
Yes.
Today is the day I become a woman. And she
Mhm.
grabs the knife, this big ass butcher knife, and starts stabbing his ass,
Stabbing
slice
him.
his ass,
Mhm.
so we can get mom up. And they trap his ass down there and let's turn on the gas, bitch. I was like, okay, burn him up, fire, turn
Yes.
him up. They blew his ass up, but did they? Did they? Because we got another fucking movie.
Because Michael's hiding in one of those secret rooms that she fucking built in there, and that's how he ended up coming the fuck back. This scene right here, like above you, I love that scene so much because just the way. All right, so the three of them is at the top of the steps looking at him. He's looking at him just like that, and he's just like, "I'm gonna get y'all. I'm gonna fuck y'all up when I get up out of here." He's not even moving. He's not even like, jumping. Like shit is blowing up behind him, and he's just sitting there staring at him like, "I'm gonna get y'all. Y'all got me, but I'm gonna get y'all. I'm gonna get out of this shit."
He's like, I don't
I
got
love
nothing to
that moment.
lose. Do y'all
Right,
understand me? I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. I
right.
don't care. The
Hmm.
word, look, everything's on fire. He's looking dead straight at them like,
Hmm.
soon,
Yes.
soon. And he's right, soon. That motherfucker get out there, face looking like a fucking burnt marshmallow. He got half his mask burnt the fuck up. It's probably stuck to his fucking face. He's in
Hmm.
here still stabbing people up. When I say he's whooping ass,
Hmm.
he's whooping ass. He kill. I feel like he killed. Doesn't he kill more people in the second movie than he do in
Halloween
the first
Kills.
movie?
Oh no, Halloween. That's why it's called Halloween Kills. He is literally getting people out of here left and right. I always say this: Halloween 2018 is more of Laurie's movie, and Halloween Kills is Michael's movie and Haddonfield's movie, because it's him literally fucking up Haddonfield while Laurie's in the hospital healing. But he's literally going house to house fucking people up. He's fighting firefighters. He's even getting the people that we've seen in this movie here, people that have small roles, like I said, it has nothing to do with anything. The nurses, shout out to Carmela. The even the lady that was at the cemetery with the journalist in the beginning of this film, he went in her crib and got her husband out of here. Like he was getting the people the fuck out of here in Halloween Kills. He was just like, I'm tired of shit. Y'all all gotta go. Haddonfield must be destroyed, and I'm here to do it tonight.
It must be by thine hand, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm here. What's good? And I was like, I
Yes.
loved it. Like, not that I loved Halloween Kills. It had its problems, but I
Oh yeah.
like this movie better. But that one was entertaining. It's just
Yeah. I
I'm
say that
about
all
to
the
put
time.
this on for reasons. For
Yeah.
reasons. I would just
Hmm.
watch it. Girl, yes, he about to stab everybody the fuck up.
Hmm.
I do like this. If it would have ended here and he would have actually died, that would have been a
The
beautiful
beautiful ending.
fucking
Yeah.
sequel. Like
Yeah.
that would have been a chef's kiss sequel to me
Hmm.
for to the OG Halloween. We could have left it at that, and I would have been like, all right, all right,
I think they left it open ended though, because if you can literally, if you don't care for Halloween Kills and maybe even Halloween Ends, if you're satisfied with Halloween 2018, how it ended, I think is still fine. Because the way the basement blew up and they just got in the truck and just drove away, I would have been fine if it just ended like that and then that's it. It's less. It's like theory of the mind. We don't need to see what happened to Michael because we know what happens. He blew the fuck up in the basement. It was no way for him to get out. And we can just say Laurie went to the hospital and it's fine, and it ended. But they decided to do another sequel, so you can kind of do what you want with the end of this movie here.
exactly. Because clearly Michael don't need no air. Yeah, he got out in a secret room, but it is gas and fire
Hmm.
literally everywhere. Like, wouldn't the smoke have killed him? I just feel like the smoke and the gas, wouldn't he have passed out a little bit? Did he not need air to breathe?
He's the boogeyman. He doesn't die. That shit doesn't phase him. Um, well, speaking of everyone kills, before we go, let's talk about kills. What was some of your favorite kills in 2018? Excuse the dogs.
No worry about the dogs. They live their best life. Somebody always playing random music, so we're living our lives here. Some of my favorite kills. First of all, the jaw kill because I love an exposed jaw from the gas station. The stomp from Dr. Sartain, I think, who gets his head turned into a melon. That's great. The dude who played in Daniel Isn't Real, he's in this movie. Um
Yes, he had an
he
off-screen
stabbed,
death, but I
yeah,
still liked it.
but it's so iconic because it's the jank where he stabbed him with the knife and he looking at
Hmm.
him, and I'm like, oh man, he did try to
Hmm.
save the girl, so that was, he did his best. He tried a little bit, and the
Yeah.
dude who the police officer who got killed like off screen, but we saw the body with the neck stretched out, fucked
Yes.
me up. Those were pretty good kills to
Yeah.
me. Of course, the jack o' lantern too. That was
Oh
an
yeah.
awesome kill.
Yeah. For me was definitely again the jack o' lantern. I We didn't talk about Vicky too much. Her scene. I mean, they spoiled it in the trailer. I feel like that would have been awesome to see without watching it in the trailer. But the scene with little Julian, and he was obviously the comedic relief. I love Julian. He was just like, nope, I ain't dealing with this shit. As soon as he see Michael dragging Vicky, he was like, nope, I'm heading the fuck out of here. But I didn't mind Vicky's death. I liked how she's trying to be a cool babysitter, and she opens the closet door, and Michael just comes out and slices her ass, and she falls, and then he's like dragging her, and even though you don't see the knife penetrating her or whatever, but you can just still you still know that she's getting stabbed, and then
Mm-hmm.
Mike again, classic Michael, he's decorating when the cops come in. She's in the ghost sheet, homage to the first movie. He pulls the sheet and you see Vicky dead right there, and I that's like one of my favorite scenes right there. I usually sometimes go back and just watch that scene because it's so good. And the journalist, I feel like those kills were brutal, and even though old girl did a stupid move by not escaping when she had the opportunity to, it was still a brutal death. How Michael was banging Aaron's head against the door and just keep doing it over and over again, and then he chokes her out. So yeah, I think those are like my fave kills.
Those are good. I forget about Vicky because she died so quick. Like you
Yeah.
know, she dies quick. And poor little Julian, because at first Julian, it's a man in here, bro. It's a nigga in here. He is in the motherfucking
Hmm.
closet. Please, please get him, get him, get him.
Right.
And then she's like, ain't nobody in the closet, and she tucks him in. And then she's like, the door won't close. And she's like, all right, I'm gonna close the door for as a good babysitter. I
Hmm.
got you, bro. And the door not closing, and Michael big ass in here like, hello. And
Right.
he's like, oh, Julian literally goes, oh shit, and rolls out the bed.
And that is us. I feel like that is us. We would do some shit like that as kids, just like, oh shit, and just run the fuck out.
I would have been gone. I would ejectocito cuz so fast, but also I watch a lot of scary movies too. So
Hmm.
I would have known that's Michael Myers clearly because I would have
Yeah.
been in universe. But I was like, this is a boogeyman. This somebody would this is a scary man from one of them scary man movies.
Yeah.
Bye.
Right.
This is Jason, somebody. I would have been out the door. She'd be like, oh, he up there getting hurt. Don't go up there, man. You'll get stabbed.
Hmm.
He tell him don't even go because she's already dead by the time bro go up
Yeah.
there. You
Hmm.
should have just fucking left. But I do commend him for not, leaving her up there. He did try, but I'm like,
Yeah.
try for what?
I think
What was
he
you
was
gonna do?
high as
Recover
shit
a
too.
corpse?
So he was just like, because he was smoking a lot, and it seemed like he was high as shit. So he probably didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Reaction time slow. You
Yeah.
really went to a Michael Myers fight with your human regular body, and it
Hmm.
it
It
was it
obviously didn't
wasn't
work.
enough.
It didn't work.
No, sorry to that man.
Sorry to that man. I wouldn't recognize him if he walked right past me. Sorry to the man. Yeah, so those are my favorite kills, and yeah, coming out this movie, I again there were some opportunities that I would have loved to see, but unfortunately, whatever, they didn't do it in this movie, but they made up for some of those mistakes that I wanted to see in this movie in Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills, again, it's not perfect. This is the better movie, but I feel like Halloween Kills is more entertaining, like you mentioned. Just because that one was just a straight up slash fest. They didn't care about the plot in that fucking movie. It's just all about people getting killed in creative ways.
Stab to
And
stab.
yep. And I was here for it. I didn't care. A lot of people said Halloween Kills was trash. Yeah, I feel like they say that now, but give it 5 years and everybody's going to love Halloween Kills. It's one of those movies that I feel like they talking shit now, but give it some time and they're going to love it. They did the same thing with Rob Zombie's Halloween too. Everybody hated that movie. Now I'm starting to see people pop out the woodwork saying, "Oh, that's the best one. That's the better one." But I couldn't remember that y'all all said that movie was trash not too long ago. But
You know
okay,
how
you
people
can
be because
come
as
on.
soon as the critics say they don't like it, they want to jump on the fucking bandwagon. I didn't like it either. I don't.
Right,
But then
right,
now it's edgy. Now they want to talk about it because
exactly.
it's not cool to like it. Like I like that movie before you got everyone else jumped on it. Girl, shut up. Do you like the movie or not?
Right. It's
Just
not
watch
that
it if you
fucking
like it.
deep. Yes, like I just don't understand it. It's just you're allowed to have your own opinion. Just because somebody like a critic hated it doesn't mean oh yeah I hate it with you. Even though you secretly love it. So with us, but I love this movie here. It's a good time. And before we go, what would you rate this movie out of? I guess maybe five jack o' lanterns. And also, would you give it a horror hit watch? Because usually, and when I do reviews, I give movies horror hit watches, meaning you would recommend people to watch it. And if you don't recommend it, don't give it a horror hit watch. But what would be your rating?
First of all, I'm absolutely recommend this. I would tell people, kids, cats, dogs, mamas, aunties, everybody watch this movie because it's like it's not so brutal where I wouldn't show this to like a teenager or something. Like it's rated R, but it's one of the rated R movies where it's some cuss words and some stabs. And I know that's not normal for most people, but I
Right.
grew up watching shit like the Players Club, so I could watch
Listen,
this. This is
Ronnie,
not too far.
right,
This is not too far removed where I maybe not with the younger nieces under 10 or nothing, but
right.
you 12, 13. Come on, we about to watch, you about to show you who the fuck Michael Myers is. Let's go. We
Mhm.
gonna watch this. This is cool.
There's no
um
nudity in this, right? I don't think there's
I'm
nudity in this
I
movie.
don't, yeah, there's not a lot of sex
No,
because when they're trying to have they don't even make it that far.
no,
They don't
not
make
at
it that
all.
far,
They still have
which I
their clothes
do.
on. They just making out
Mhm.
pretty much.
Mm,
Yeah,
mhm. So, yeah, I don't think there's much nudity in this at all, but the brutality is there, makes up for the tits. So,
hundred
if
percent.
that's there, I would give this a 4 out of 5 very easily. Maybe
Yes.
even if, yeah, 4 out of 5 very easy. This is an easy 8 out of 10. Like I just it's good, it's entertaining. It has problems, but because I'm having a good time, they're overlooked. I know I'm a fan. I am a
Mhm.
fan. It's does fan service. The shit is for me. I signed up. I got the number one fan hat on, bitch. I'm in here. I got the hat on. I got the sweatshirt. I got the bag, bitch. I am dressed in the whole attire. So people who are not fans or they don't. Some people don't like when the movie is fan service. You just did this to make money off of people who already love the movie
Right.
instead of actually making a cohesive movie. And it was still good enough for me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I mean, look, if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. There's
Mhm.
the more movies for me. More time for
Right.
me to rent it, more DVDs on the shelf for me to get. Okay?
Yes. I know that's right. Now, would you give it a horror head watch? Well,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yes. You would give it
Yep,
a horror head
absolutely.
watch. Yes,
I
you
tell
did say
everybody to
that. You
watch
would
it.
recommend it to everybody. Yes. Okay. Same for me. I'll give this movie like a 4.5 out of a 5. I again, I go back and forth with this movie, but again, rewatching it and preparing, for Halloween Kills and then Halloween Ends, the last movie, I feel like it's a great follow up to that first movie. Again, like I said, I have my issues with it, but they're not so bad where it just turned me away from it. A lot of it was fixed in Halloween Kills, even though Halloween Kills is, but how they did Michael and Halloween Kills, I prefer. It's just as far as just how he's hidden in the shadows and he's doing a little bit more stalking and how he's lit a certain way. Because I feel like Michael Myers' mask is a little bit scarier too if he's lit a certain way. If you know what I
Mhm.
mean, like when
You
he's
see
coming out
half
the
of it.
yeah, like I feel like I find that's more terrifying versus just straight sunlight hitting the damn mask. You're just like, all right, well, I can see the eyes. If I don't see no eyes and I just see complete darkness, that shit is scary to me.
Mhm.
So that's why I had problems with H2O because you seen too much of you seen even the skin underneath the eyes. So I'm just like, come on, man, y'all cut those eye sockets a little too much. Y'all should have just did a little smidge, but sure. Um,
Listen, Loomis said his eyes were black. Okay?
yes, I said that in the interview. I was just like, y'all not understanding. Dr. Loomis said his eyes are black. The devil's eyes. I don't need to see shit. I want to see complete darkness. Okay.
Just darkness. I don't care
Yes.
if you paint the shit black underneath and then you make it look like it's black, but it's not really black.
Right.
I don't give a damn what you need to do. You better do some camera tricks.
Right. They
Y'all
did
do
that.
everything the fuck else. Just do some tricks. Trick my mind.
They did that in Halloween, I think 4 and 5, where they couldn't quite do what the first Halloween did because the first Halloween it was just all about lighting. In 4 and 5, they literally had to get like a mesh and put it
Mm,
underneath the eye, like the in the eyes part because they couldn't get how to do the complete darkness like how they did in the first movie. And then just that's why I love the first movie so much because it was a low budget movie. They did what they have to do with it. All it took was just the music, the right talent, and just fucking camera tricks. And you can do so much with just that. And for movies that have a bigger budget and still can't replicate what happened in the first movie that was a smaller budget, it's just like, what's the excuse, bro? What's the
right.
excuse?
And what you talking about you couldn't do it? They tell you exactly how they fucking do it on the
Yes,
movie. They tell you, yeah, we just used a dimmer and turned it up. Girl,
right,
but a lot of times,
exactly.
what I learned is like older movies, they actually use like on set lighting. They use different cameras.
Mhm.
They have to do lighting
Yeah,
versus like a digital camera. They just be doing anything and fixing shit in post. And that be fucking shit up. We losing recipes pretty much of
Yeah,
filmmaking. And I'm
exactly.
not a filmmaker. I just be
Yeah,
watching the shits, but I know that I can watch older films and things like lighting and sound hit
yeah.
different because they're doing it for it to sound good on all mediums. They're
Hmm.
mixing the shit on the spot. Like they're doing shit versus I'm gonna just throw this shit in here and post it. This is just what's happening.
Right.
The scores don't be hitting the same like that. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, all you need, and I'm like, you couldn't do light. All they had was light bulbs. They weren't even doing like, how they had a real sexy lighting where it's like purpley, pink, and
Yeah.
red and
Yeah.
shit like this. Granted, this movie gives us some red lighting, like tail lights and shit like this. We
Yeah.
use red light here, and I love
And
red
they
light.
used that. Yes, that shot when
Mandy, sorry, I love Mandy.
oh, Mandy is woo. That one took me out. Nicolas Cage, right? Yeah.
Yes,
But that
Mandy's a
shot
wild
with
boy.
Michael when before he stomped Doctor Sartain's head and he was looking up at him. You see that shot of Michael looking down, and it was that red light from the tail light. Chef's kiss. That shit was so creepy. Ugh. I should have used that photo for this one up here. But so good. And I like shit like that. That's what I like. And this movie did a good job. I mean, sometimes you did see Michael's eyes because you see his like bad eyes sometimes. Like if you look
Mm-hmm.
closely, you see it. But I think that's fine. You know what I mean? Because in this one I feel like they just try to humanize him a little bit. Because Lori
Mm-hmm.
even said out her mouth, like, he is a human being. We need to understand that. Like he's not like the supernatural person. But then when we get to Halloween Kills, she's talking about every time he, dies, he transcends. So Lori, girl, is he human or not? Like you're saying he was human like not like a few hours ago, but now you're saying that he's like like he gets stronger after every fucking kill.
Bruh. Also, if
What's
this
happening?
motherfucker is he Super Saiyan? Like, what are you
Right?
talking about? Is he a Saiyan? Like, he about to die and now I'm stronger because I almost
Because
died, but I didn't die. Like,
that's what happens
y'all
with
are
Saiyans. Because every time they get their ass beat, come back stronger. So I'm happy you said that.
because I'm a bitch that watch anime. Hold
Yes,
on, hold on, hold on. Y'all stole this plot from Dragon Ball Z,
Ballsy.
and I am not. I see you.
Yo,
Okay,
Michael's leveling up. This is Super Saiyan. What? Super Saiyan 3 on Michael Myers, and
please
this Halloween ends, I'm sure.
go into God mode. Please
Right,
go to
he's going
God
to God
mode.
mode. Or Ultra Instinct or whatever the fuck.
Listen, I don't know how strong this motherfucker. They was outside of the universes, throwing punches, him and Beerus. I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what, Goku? I don't want to see you do nothing else. Okay, I'm tired. Y'all literally could punch each other and
Yeah.
destroy planets. Y'all need to
Yeah.
stop fighting.
Yeah.
You need to stop fighting. You need to go in that hyperbolic chamber and go to fuck to sleep.
Yes. But yeah, I guess that's the end of this Halloween review.
Ooh.
This was a lot of fun, Jazz, talking with you about this movie. Again, I didn't know you was so much of a Halloween fan like myself. So like just hearing all the things that it gets me excited because I'm just like, oh my god, somebody else. Because sometimes people just be like, oh, okay, I didn't know that, or and I'm just like, it's fine. You're that casual fan. It's all good. I'm the Halloween head here, but to hear you like know all the info and kind of know what's going on and just even talking about the callbacks to the other one, it gets me excited.
Listen,
So
I've been watching Halloween since a young warthog. That's one of the movies where you know how you don't see the OG first.
yeah,
I saw the OG. I don't know if I saw the OG first, but I had seen Halloween movies before I went to see H2 on Resurrection. I
right.
already knew who the fuck because every Halloween they used to play all them shits marathons, and that was that and Friday the 13th and
18th, yep.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Hmm.
Those were the marathons I used to catch. So I had seen all of the movies, even if they were out of order, because I know I didn't see that first one first. I know I saw
Hmm.
like with the little girl. I know I saw 4 and 5 and shit first because they had the little
Yeah.
Jamie, the little girl in
Oh
there,
yeah.
and her getting stuck in put her in the dumb waiter and trying to
Oh
crawl.
yeah.
It
Yeah. Crazy ass
that was
scene. Woo.
that's a lot
Yeah.
stressful, but I'm thinking this is the movie and that's what it is. I'm like, no, actually, he was never her sister. This family
No.
line never existed.
No. You
After
don't
you
have a
watch the first,
niece. There's no
yeah,
Colts.
yeah, like what are you talking about? Yeah, no, I'm with the shits. When it comes to Michael Myers, Big Mike, I'm with the shit.
Yes, yes. Well, before you go, are you looking forward to? Well, that's a dumb question. I'm sure you're looking forward to Halloween Ends. What do you think is going to happen at the end of that movie? Do you think they're both going to die? Do you think Lori's just going to go? Do you think she's going to take Michael out finally this time?
I hope
Predictions.
I hope evil dies tonight. God
tonight.
damn it! Don't you come in here and say Halloween is dead or whatever, and y'all do not kill Michael Myers this time. This is
Hmm.
too much. Because anything that happens after this is just OD. Like you're just stretching it out, and I can no longer suspend my disbelief. Because I
Yeah.
already suspended my disbelief with him blowing the fuck up, him getting banked. This is all in the same night. He got fucking banked, and then it stabbed. His hand got blew off. Like how's he not? He done lost so much blood. He done breathed in all
Hmm.
the carbon monoxide. I don't understand. I don't understand how he is still with us and whooping ass at the speed that he is whooping ass, and
Right.
y'all can't catch him. He would have had to pass out from the pain at least from getting his hand blown the fuck off. He
Yeah.
got to have sepsis, something. God damn,
Hmm.
he ain't got no infection. He ain't get no fever or nothing. Somebody need to come check on him. Take his temperature real fast.
I don't think
Pour
you
a little
want to.
peroxide on his hand.
I don't think you want to. I just hope that in Halloween ends they give us some explanation, because the way the monologue that Jamie was giving us in Halloween Kills about home transcendent, or I want to know what this is about. Why the fuck he's not dying, like you mentioned, while he's going through all these things. So hopefully in Halloween ends they explain why he is the way he is and why he's not dying. And if he does die, I need another decapitation like in Halloween H2O, but
Yeah.
probably done differently, just because we've seen it already. But
Yeah, but by
I need,
Jamie, not
yeah,
Jamie, but by Lori, because she deserves to have the right one this time.
yes,
Granted, none of that shit actually happened,
right,
technically, if we're
yeah.
thinking about it. But yeah, they need to die. I don't even know if I need an explanation, but what if they bring the fucking cult of Thor? What if they bring
No,
the
Dad, you keep
cult?
everybody keeps saying it. I'm like, no, no, I hate that so much. And you know
I
what?
don't hate
Like,
it, but I'm also like, bro, come on.
I know if they do that, I promise. Like, I'm, I would need some time to like not. All right, because what I did with Halloween Kills, I watched it in theaters and came home and watched it on Peacock. My partner thought I was crazy, but whatever. I'm a fan. If that happens in this movie with the damn curse, I'm not watching this for a good minute unless it's done differently. Like you could bring in the curse, but if it's done differently, then I'll take it. Because that was my problem with the Thorn movie, the part 6. I didn't mind the curse itself. I had a problem with how it was handled. Because you're talking about, in the producer's cut, you're stopping Michael Myers with ruins and things like that. And then if you want to get darker in Halloween 6, Michael impregnated his niece in incest. So you're bringing incest into a Halloween movie, and now he has to kill not just Jamie, but he has to kill his his child slash I don't even know, like, what would it be, cousin or whatever, like.
Well, it would be his child and his damn. If your niece have a baby, what is that? They also your great niece. They're your great
Yeah.
niece. They're your great niece. You're still an auntie. You just a super auntie now.
Super
You
high.
just a double auntie squared. You this is
So, like, that's disgusting. So that's why I, like, what, y'all had me with the curse, like, it was cool, but then when y'all went that route, that's when I left. I said, I can't. No, this makes no fucking sense. So if they happen to do the thorn or the curse or whatever with this one, if it makes sense, I'm okay with it. I'll say that.
okay.
And that's it.
Okay. I mean, I don't. I hope. I would hope they wouldn't do it the same way because all that y'all already making it like she not related, so you can't do
Mm-hmm.
it exactly the same way
True.
you did. Boy, somebody just come out in a cloak, like, "Yep, come on, Michael, let's go. Come on, I'm like, hey, bro, hey, man, say, man.
Right. Yeah. We
Someone
don't
needs
need
to
this again.
explain it. Yeah, somebody needs to explain this shit to me. I'm gonna write a letter. Like, I'm gonna still watch this shit again. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna watch this shit again and I'm gonna enjoy it. But I'm gonna write
Okay.
a letter.
I'll be writing with you, and it will be a whole fucking essay, because listen, that's too much for me. But okay, so we gave our ratings and stuff like that. Again, thanks again, Jazz, for coming on and talking Halloween with me on this countdown to Halloween ends. Kat, we missed you. Next time though, next time. Um, and I guess that would be it. Before we go, Jazz, you don't mind plugging your socials again one more time?
No problem. You can find me at Girl That's Scary on Twitter and the gram. And again, if you're a professional, I want to send a professional email at grltspot@gmail.com. Pull up on us. Let us know, if you hate Resurrection so I can tell you, girl, I don't care. Or you can, or, you can tell us about your favorite kills in any of the Halloween franchises because I love to discuss some of those kills. Michael's a wild boy. Big Mike.
Yeah. Big Mike. Yes, please follow Girl That's Scary. Y'all doing big things, and I'm proud of y'all every time y'all post something. I get so excited every time y'all post a new episode. I'm like, oh, new one, and I'm just listening right away. So yeah, I do. Again, you sure already know I'm a huge fan. Yeah, so follow Girl That's Scary, show them love, and obviously you guys are here, so y'all know my channel. If y'all don't know, I have a podcast with Michael Anthony, The People Under the Scares. By the time this is out, we should already have new episodes. Maybe the second episode should be out by this time. I don't know. But yes, happy spooky season, happy Halloween, and hopefully you guys are enjoying these reviews and things like that. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we will be talking Halloween, I guess, kills.
Woo!
So
Halloween kills.
yeah, woo, that one again, a wild one there. So see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.